We're never what you wanted. We've been lying from the start. Guess I knew it, just ignored it. I let go of your cold hand.
Last time I remember you said, I'm not sure we're in the right place. I feel like we're close. It's somewhere in this area. Do you feel positive about?
I'm sure it's right down here.
Former Tulsa police officer back in the 1970s, he saw photos of bodies from the 1921 Tulsa race massacre. How many bodies total do you think?
I'd place the number at 100.
And warned him not to tell.
He said, don't ever say a word about anything you saw in those pictures. He said, at least not as long as I'm alive. And we shook on it, and I never said a word to him.
Historians tell me they think in the days and weeks after the massacre, some police officers went to local businesses and confiscated photographs that showed terrible things that happened.
Pictures of people being butchered, being hung in their front yard, being pulled apart between automobiles. It was horrible. These were people that maybe went to the store and never came home. These were people that were running and got shot in the back. These were people that were asleep in their homes and got drug out of their bed. Humans didn't do this. Animals did this. It's hard to grasp, and I'm a combat veteran. This was the devil dancing in the streets.
Says another packet of photos showed a trench dug that he thinks was right here and piles of bodies. Tell me what you saw in those photos.
They were dumping bodies down the hill, and there were some pictures of men pushing these bodies in wheelbarrows over the railroad tracks. They were also people shoveling quicklime into the ditch. They were dumping the bodies into and covering these bodies with quicklime. And the bodies had been wrapped in bed sheets, and pillowcases, and flour sacks.
This area is next to New Block Park, one of 3 locations named 2 decades ago by the state's Race Riot Commission. They reported several locations that should be searched for bodies. This area is near another spot I need to show. A short 2.5-minute walk to the old 11th Street Bridge, where several people told me their family members had always said they saw bodies dumped off this bridge and into the river. The area Robert points out now is known as the Canes, a spot the current Mass Graves Committee says they want to explore. How much time do you think you spent thinking about this over the years?
I never stopped. Every one of them knew somebody. They had a daddy, they had a son, they had an uncle that worried about them and never knew what happened to them because they simply disappeared and were never heard from again. This needs to be done and done right with a decent Christian burial. That's why I'm doing this.
Has it been difficult to carry this with you all these years?
It has troubled me, and there were many other things I could have been worrying about, but this is primary for me. I'll start the rest of my life when I'm sure this is resolved.
I asked Tulsa's police chief about these photographs. He told me he has looked for them and has not found them. He said, quote, if there are photographs, I would certainly love to make them available. Near downtown Tulsa, covering news that matters.
Yo, this is Simply Dre. First of all, I want to thank everybody for watching. And be sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see more videos like this. Also, make sure you like and share. And once again, thank you for watching. And I just wanted to, let y'all know that for really though, the reason why I put this video out as one of my first videos is because it's very significant to me, this topic. Because it's one of the reasons why I sought out my new mission in life and found enlightenment was to go in deeper into what really racism was all about and why it exists. I'm still trying to figure that out, But situations like this in our American society is really a fabric of our nation. No matter what creed or ethnicity or nationality that you represent, this type of history is what's transcending into our present and will destroy our future. So I'm bringing awareness to a situation where people, no matter who they are, need to be held accountable for their actions because the future depends on it. Once again, I'm Simply Dre, and for really though, this what's going on. Peace.